Okay, so basically, if you happen to find this video while scrolling, I'm Mark Rollins. These are skits I wrote 25 to 30 years ago.
That's him. Give him the
And
secret
they appear
code.
on a channel known as YouTube, or a YouTube site known as CCF 90s Skits Nostalgia. You can go there if you want to watch this without my commentary.
Pardon me, but would
There's
you
going to be a
happen
lot
to
of
have any
evangelical
Grey
cringe
Poupon?
going on here, and this one has a lot of it. I'll go ahead and tell you that much.
Why, yes.
But
only when my
and I'm planning on doing an episode
you,
based
Miss
on
Newman?
like all these things at the end of the month.
Yep. How you doing,
In
Mr.
April,
Roland?
or
You
in
got
May,
it?
actually.
I got it.
So as you can, I don't know if you can tell, but this is a sketch based on Mission Impossible. Now, this sketch first appeared in 1996.
Your mission, should you
The
choose to
first
accept it,
Tom
is
Cruise
to
Mission Impossible
sabotage
movie
the
had
enemy
just
stronghold of
hit
Fort
theaters
No
at that
Good.
time,
Newman
so
and Cruise
we're
will
looking at the
break
fall
in and plant a
afterwards,
bomb in the
or the
heart of
fallout, as it
enemy,
were. Not the
while
fallout
Mr.
like Mission
Rowland will
Impossible
remain
fallout, but
outside as a monitor.
you get it, as it were.
I realize that no one who has
So
undertaken this mission has
the
ever
basic
returned,
premise of this thing
which
is
is
like
why
it just
your
turns
task force
Christians
must
into these like
faithfully
secret
follow the
agents,
plan and do all that it
who
commands.
have to use
If you
faith
try
in
to
order
do
to
it your
succeed in
way,
their
then the
missions.
senator will disavow
And I have to
any of your
admit,
actions. This
it's a pretty
message will
weak setup,
self-destruct
but
in
Mission
10
Impossible is
seconds.
pretty popular, and
10,
Oh no!
the title of
It's going to
that
explode.
particular
8.
sketch was called Mission Himpossible. So, yeah, naturally we had to rip off
Pause
that.
button.
I do like the fact that there's this pause button on this thing. Now, these are computer graphics created by this guy who did a really good job. I really like how this looks. I mean, people were really surprised that we could do stuff like this. But, yeah, I didn't think that this stuff was kind of possible. And hey, yeah, that was quick. But now we get into the skit, meat of the skit proper. Oh gosh, how did that get there? Okay, now we're going to start out with the Mission Impossible theme. Sorry about that. Yeah, see, now they're doing that thing. Okay, as you can see, we have the two secret agents, and we have a guy in a chair here who's supposed to be clearly in another
Roland,
place.
Come in.
Yeah.
Is that you?
Boy,
Quit that annoying
you know, in retrospect,
sound. It's driving me crazy.
I have to admit, like,
What's the matter?
maybe I haven't talked about
There's
this
a
before,
field
but
up ahead.
there's times where I am,
Okay, it's a minefield.
well, when it's like I was never allowed to do everything I wanted with
Contain the map.
sketches. There were certain things, there were certain times
Follow
I'd
the
turn
plans
into a
exactly.
skit, and they'd say, we like it, we need you to change
Don't
everything because
get
we
off the
don't
path.
want to this, or we think this thing has a bad connotation or whatever. And here's the
Okay,
thing.
we're at the
This
door,
sketch
and it's
involves
wide open. Come
two
on, let's
Christians
go
whose
in. What are we
mission
waiting for?
is to
Don't trust your
destroy
eyes.
something.
Cruz?
And I don't know, I don't really think that's, and I was always surprised that I never got a call back saying like, hey, could you make their
You're
mission
right,
something
sir.
else?
It's a trap.
But I
What do we
couldn't think of
do?
anything else to
Okay.
do, really. I like the idea of sabotage.
Get out your Phillips screwdriver.
I don't know. And for some reason, just like,
Yeah, but
Yeah, I know.
what is that?
strange.
You just
strange.
have to trust me on
You know, I
this
used to carry around a briefcase a lot. I wonder if
Take
that
your
was the
Phillips
briefcase I
screwdriver.
used to carry around.
one. Put it on the floor
who
in front
knows?
of the doorway.
Anyway, so, and it's also strange because,
You're right again, sir. It was
oh
a trap.
boy, that was a terrible joke.
That was the last
Can't believe
one.
I can't
All
believe I
right,
wrote that.
Go in
Anyway, so,
and get out of there.
okay, so it's strange because
Gladly.
if you've ever watched the show Mission Impossible, the television show and its movie series are incredibly different. The show was really about a group of people who worked together, often to do some sort of infiltration or something like that. But the problem is the movies are all about Tom Cruise
Right, double agent
being like an
Pi.
American James
Mr.
Bond.
Rowland has been successfully captured.
And that's crazy. It's crazy that how that has changed. So I modeled this after the Mission Impossible television show, you know, where you have the group of people working together. Of course, there are some things that they share in common. For example, the fake faces. That happens a lot, and you'll see that later in this thing. So, okay. Now there's this, I don't know, when we did the sketch, I think this bad guy only had like one voice actor, or one actor, and then we got two, and yet, and so basically the other actor behind him is just repeating the lines. It's just kind of, I mean, why is that person even there? Anyway, oh, by the way, that's me.
While we were going here, he said, hey, look.
Because
And I looked, and
that's
he was
just,
gone.
yeah, that's just me, because oftentimes I would end up in these sketches. So I don't know.
Yeah.
This is pretty campy. It's meant to be campy, so
What kind of a movie?
it's meant to make fun of all this stuff that you see in these espionage movies and like James Bond and stuff like that. I mean, like this idea that they're talking about,
know what to do. Do you?
you know, it's like how they just don't kill the good guys right away. They always try and think of some slow-moving torture device. I actually think that's I stole that from Austin Powers, which had been released that year or so.
I'll be in the next
Hey,
room.
not that I don't think I even saw Austin Powers that year. I think I watched
Our
it years
mission
later when
has
it came
failed,
out.
and Roland just
Anyway.
left us here.
So yeah.
Roland, how could you? Roland
It's kind of
would
funny.
never
These people
leave
are named
us,
like
and we did the
Newman and
best we
Cruz.
could.
I actually think
what
that's their real
matters.
last names. If they are, it's kind of like being like the color of money or something like that. Newman and Cruz. All right. Now, of course, here's the big old
Hey, where's
twist.
he going? I don't know, but this could be our chance
Do
to
I actually
escape.
do that joke where I do that thing? I think I do. Oh yeah, I do that
Roland,
or something.
it is you.
Of course.
You were with us all along.
It's all part of the plan. Let's get out of here.
But wait,
Oh
we don't
yeah.
have the bomb.
Okay, this gag I always thought was pretty funny.
only
The
got
fact they
7
used the
seconds
kind of
on
the
it, but-
self-destruct message as sort of a bomb at the end of
This
this
is an
thing.
action movie, isn't it?
I don't know. I always like it when
Tell you what.
comedy sketches go full circle. I guess this is one of them.
Play it.
So who knows?
And run in slow motion. It should be.
Oh
able to
yeah,
go.
we gotta of course do the convention of running in slow motion
7,
as explosion.
6, 5,
Of course, we can't do this. Oh, by the way, the guy who's reading this thing,
2,
there was like a radio station our church did. This was like the main announcer on it. So yeah, and then of course, do we have an explosion effect? I guess we kind of do. Oh yeah, well, that was relief. Oh, people actually applauded for that? That must have looked better on the stage.
The audience has to
Real shame.
believe in faith that that was a real explosion.
Yeah, they really
Otherwise,
do,
somebody
don't
would
they?
get hurt.
Yeah.
Roland, will you forgive me?
Anyway, I
Should've
don't know.
had more
So this
faith
is kind of
in
a
you.
crazy message about how
Newman,
kind of,
I forgive you.
hey, we call
Just
people
remember,
missionaries and they're on missions, so
when
we
you
might
put
as well
your
just
trust
put them on a spy
faith
mission.
in the master plan
Yeah, not really too
Impossible.
pleased with this one, but
became possible.
well.
It
Yeah.
wasn't impossible. It was impossible.
Oh gosh, boy, we're really. But was it kid impossible?
Good job.
All